Sorry for the weird background noises throughout the episode. It wasn't our cats this time. It's our neighbors doing construction.
But we'd rather not leave you guys hanging rather than just kind of wait for them to be done. It seems to be going on forever, so we're just kind of going through it here. So don't mind us.
I'm comfy now. You comfy?
I'm comfy.
Okay. Are you comfy? I hope not.
Today we are talking about a legendary gourmand here from the wonderful Italian luxury house of Xerjoff. We're talking about Lira, or from the Casamarati line, Lira. So, as far as the bottle design, this is the same bottle design you're going to get for all the 100 ml bottles from the Casamarati line. They've got a little tassel on it, which has got like a little crest on it, and then you've got kind of this classic, what do you call that? Classic architectural or classic Italian architecture base bottle. Just like the shape of it and everything.
It kind of looks like the top of like a column that you would see.
Yeah.
You know, like the ornate sort of pattern.
Yeah, some Renaissance shit.
There you go, thank you. Yep.
So everyone in the Casamarati series is kind of, it's supposed to be this house. They made luxury perfume for the rich and famous Italians back in the day, and I guess it kind of just faded into obscurity and disappeared. And Sergio Momo bought the house over, or at least bought the rights to the name, and started making perfumes that are supposed to be homages to the original formulas that the house made, but with modern twists on them. So this guy's kind of the oddball of the group. This is the one that ventures directly into winter territory and does so with heavy gourmand qualities.
Yep.
A lot of places list this as a women's fragrance.
Really?
Yeah, most places classify this as a women's, which doesn't seem to be really any reason to do that.
It should be unisex.
Yeah.
But maybe just because it has a woman on the label bottle in the front.
Right. Maybe because it has a woman and it's gourmandy, so maybe that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So as far as the bottle design, obviously here you've got a gold bottle, and each of the Casamarati line has their own little image in the front with the name on it. As far as the back, you've got your made in Italy, as Sergio Momo wants to continually love on his homeland, as he is well within his rights to do. You've got the classic Xerjoff cap, the classic Xerjoff sprayer. And the bottle, despite how it looks, is actually see-through. If you hold it up to the light, you can see how much juice is in it, and you can see the front. So that's the bottle. What do you think about the bottle design?
I think the bottle is okay. I think the image of the girl on the front is stupid. I think if they got rid of that, I would like the bottle a lot more. But it's also really hard because I'm used to the shooting stars type looking bottles, and those bottles are just so classic and so refined that it's hard to like anything else when those are the bottles that I like.
I mean, the Casamarati line is also his foray into trying to make cheaper perfume for people to be able to afford. That's why there's also the 30 ml bottles for the Casamarati line. Still winds up being pretty damn expensive. So, okay, so as far as the smell, let's get this guy off. Again, you can hear the top. It's no joking matter. So here, we'll check out the sprayer. There you go. That's a pretty solid spray. Oh yeah, I smell this shit already.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing smell.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't smelled a whole lot like it.
It's wonderful for fall.
So as far as the notes in this guy, what do you pick up immediately anyways?
I mean, for me personally, it's the caramel and the vanilla are what stand out to me the most. I know you say that the blood orange is pretty heavy, but I don't smell that. For me, it pretty much smells and tastes like it tastes. Yep, it smells and just presents itself like really thick and creamy caramely all the way through.
Yeah, I get actually for me it's caramel and blood orange pretty much right out front. The thicker or the longer you smell it, you get vanilla for sure, and I also get the cinnamon and licorice underneath.
When you wear it on your skin, the more notes definitely pop up versus on paper.
Yeah, but I would actually call this. A lot of gourmands come across as being very one-sided and flat.
Yeah.
But I think caramel being a really interesting note to use for a gourmand perfume has a lot of aspects to it already.
Yeah.
It's not just straightforward and sweet. It's also got some salty notes to it, obviously, with salted caramel being a huge thing. It also smells kind of a little chewy. It almost gets like lavendery in certain times.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think using, blood orange and licorice in the backdrop as well also help to try to kind of pull it in for blood orange in a zesty direction, for licorice kind of in a sour direction. There's also cinnamon in here, so it kind of makes it kind of spicier.
Yeah. There's been a fair amount of gourmands that we've tried at various locations, and I've never really been wowed by them. I've always kind of been turned off just because...
They usually wind up smelling pretty cheap.
Yeah. This one is the moment we got it. I loved it. It was amazing. I think it's a really good fit for our collection. As Wes said, it's nothing we have anything like at all. So therefore, it'll definitely be, a really neat way to add a gourmand, something for fall. It'll be really great. Fall, winter. I think you can definitely do it in both.
Oh yeah. And I think this is also a vanilla perfume that doesn't.
It's not it is a vanilla perfume without being a vanilla perfume.
Yeah, it doesn't get caught up in a lot of the conventions that a lot of kind of timeless vanilla perfumes do. It smells nothing like Spirituiste Double Vanille or Spirituiste Double Vanille.
There you go.
Or Tobacco Vanille. It doesn't smell anything like. Even a lot of the crazier Raja Doves, it really doesn't smell anything like. So
it's good.
It really stands on its own.
So we generally try to go with what we recommend to new people to the community. I would not recommend this, I think, for someone who is new. Buy a sample, yes. Blind buy, one, it's kind of pricey, so I wouldn't recommend it. Gourmands can be kind of hard, I feel like, to get into anyway.
Yeah.
So I think if you're looking for something different to kind of expand your collection for fall and winter, this is definitely a really cool place to start. But I definitely would not recommend this as a blind buy or anything along those lines. Yeah.
No, I think with the addition of the blood orange and the licorice, it might be off-putting to some who want that really sweet experience, and to those who aren't really familiar with like a lot of gourmands or sweeter fragrances, especially for men to be wearing. I think it's a very strange avenue to go down.
But yeah, so that's what we kind of feel about Lira.
So what would you rate the smell?
The fragrance itself, I'd probably give... I smell the blood orange now. I'd probably give this somewhere like a 9.09. It's really good. I think it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. It is sweet, and it might just be in the mood I'm in. I'm not really in the mood for something that smells really sweet. However, it's really enjoyable. I'm glad we have it in our collection. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. That's what I would rate it. How about you?
Yeah, I'd give it a 9 for sure. I think it's not in the league with fragrances that I feel like obsessive over, that I smell and I go, wow, that's a perfume to compare all others against. But it's definitely one that is so well composed and contains so many things I love that I think it'll be a staple of the collection forever.
Yep.
What about the bottle design? What would you rate the bottle design?
Like a 6. I don't like it.
I don't like the bottle.
I think maybe if we got rid of the image, it'd probably bump me up a bunch, but it's just the image I can't get myself behind, and it, for me, just looks like a giant eyesore. Like the noise.
Yeah, like the noise you're listening to right now. Yeah, for me, I didn't like the bottles really until I saw them in person. I like the bottles actually quite a bit. I think they're kind of fun. They feel like...
They feel very Italian.
They feel very Italian. They feel kind of handcrafted. They feel like you kind of given them in like a shop in Italy where they're peddling their own goods on the merchants walking by. They're trying to beat out every merchant in town. But no, I think, I actually like the bottle quite a bit. I'd probably give it... I agree with you that I don't think it's as great as really any of the other Xerjoff. So I think even the, I think the XJ 1861 line, it looks better than this. Obviously, the Shooting Stars, Oud Stars, the only one that I think this actually looks better than is the Join the Club collection. This is the blue bottles. I just don't really like the way those look. Sorry.
But maybe they might look better in person.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They're mukhalat. They're mukhalat or like a tar oil deal looks nice too. So I mean, I really like the house and the way that they present their bottles. I think this is among my least favorite of their bottles, though. Mm-hmm. But that's saying a bunch. Still, I'd rate it like an 8. Still saying it's really great. I just think their bottle design is pretty impeccable, no matter what.
Well, that's good. Good job, Momo.
Yeah.
Okay, and who would wear this? The character I picked, I don't think is as real as what the scent is, but I feel like they would smell like this. And the person I picked is Dudley Dursley, especially from the first couple of books. Mostly because of how foody it smells and sweets, and Dudley has a sweet tooth and is fat, and I just picture him just smelling like the food he's been eating all day. And that would be what this was. It also went with Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka. That was one of the other options I was thinking of. But again, neither of the characters I feel like embody what this fragrance smells like, but I think that...
In terms of like quality?
Yeah. In terms of the regality of it, but at the same time, that's who I think would smell like this.
Very nice.
How about you?
I actually kind of picked 2 myself. So I'd say Guido Anselmi from 8½, the Fellini film, would be smelling like this during kind of some of the nighttime scenes. He's the character that he is he's a director who's kind of going through some artist block. He's suffering some tough times as an artist. He's a filmmaker. He wears these sunglasses like 24/7, which are kind of like meant to symbolize how like cut off he is from the world and how stuck inside of himself he is. And like that's kind of what this smell also kind of smells like to me, is someone who's not necessarily there to smell pleasing to everybody else, but someone who really likes that sugary, orangey smell and just bathes in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's also an Italian film, but also I think the entire cast of the discreet charm of the bourgeoisie would be smelling like this. Just because I also think this is kind of like a hoity-toity smell.
Yes.
And they're completely into sucking their own dicks, pretty much like the cast of the movie is well, the movie is it's a surrealist film that's meant to mock the upper class. And so this you could easily see everyone at the table wearing this as they go through the nightmare of trying to wait for everyone to arrive to begin eating. You know, just nightmare conditions, but that's what I pick.
Sounds bueno.
And guys, look, just as we're finishing up the video, the sound is gone!
Yay!
Fragcom.
That's gross.